Let's look at this question. A, B, C be the non-zero real number such that b square minus b square is less than 4ac, and f of x is ax square plus bx plus c. Now f of x is turning out to be a quadratic equation for which the discriminant will be b square minus 4ac. Correct? Now, if the discriminant is b square minus 4ac, that is given to me as b square minus 4ac is less than 0. This is less than 0 given to me. Now, we need to understand the implication of discriminant being less than 0. If your discriminant is less than 0, then your roots are going to be imaginary. That means this function will never become equals to 0 for any real value of x. That is what the question is trying to tell us at this moment. Now, if the set S consists of all integers of m such that f of m is less than 0. So I am putting the value of x as m over here and I'm saying f of m should be less than 0. Now understand the basic things about the discriminant being less than 0 for a quadratic equation. Suppose this is your y-axis and this is your x-axis. So if your discriminant is less than 0, then either your graph is upwards open and not touching the x-axis at all like this, or it is downward open and once again not touching the x-axis like this. These are the two possibilities. Now, this is the possibility that happens when your coefficient of x square, which is a, is positive, and this happens when a is negative, but they've not given it to us whether a is positive or negative. So either of the cases are possible. Then the set S must necessarily be what? So now let's consider the case where a is greater than 0. That means you are looking at the graph which is upward open. Now what will you say? For how many values of f of m, where m is a integer, will turn out to be less than 0? 0 values. So in this case, m will have what? 0 values. Isn't it? Now, let's look at the second case where a is less than 0. A is less than 0 means this is the case that we are referring to. The graph is downward open, right? And you will realize for any integer value of m that you put in this function, your outcome will be less than 0 for any integer value. So m will be what? All integer values. M will be all integer values. Now let's look at the set S. If set S consists of all integers, right, then set S must be what? If a is greater than 0, then it is a empty set. If a is less than 0, then it comprises of all integer values. So option A says what? Either it is the empty set or the set of all integers. You can actually do this question without putting your pen to the paper, if you really understand how quadratic equations work. What is the implication of discriminant being less than 0?